want to preface today's video with one singular thought that ran through my mind while playing the new Call of Duty. Holy crap, this is actually something relatively new to a series that for the past 4 iterations has just been adding slightly different coats of paint to the same formula. What's up guys, this is Kevin here, and if you've seen any of my Call of Duty reviews in the past, you'll know that this has been my chief complaint every time since Modern Warfare 3, where despite new campaigns and new maps, you were basically just buying a rebalanced game over and over again. Now this isn't to say that this one is completely unrecognizable or that core Call of Duty formula isn't in there, because it's definitely in there, but in my opinion, this is the first Call of Duty in nearly 5 years since Modern Warfare 2 to actually make some real changes and feel like a brand new game. First off, the fairly obvious fact that this one actually has experienced a graphical facelift. The past few titles have all looked more or less the same with some minor updates, whereas Advanced Warfare is a clear and noticeable improvement in visuals fit for the newest gen of systems and decent gaming computers. Character detail and facial animations are particularly worth noting, especially when so many characters are clearly just motion captured versions of their real live voice actors, including most notably Kevin Spacey and Troy Baker. Finer details on environments can be a little more hit and miss, especially on cars that all have a very flat, plain look. Overall, not the absolute best looking FPS graphics, but definitely a huge improvement over what the series has brought us to the table the last few years. Now, as far as the actual gameplay is concerned, the core of Call of Duty is still definitely here. It is a more fast-paced Twitch-based FPS shooter with a focus on run-and-gun style gameplay. Players still build character classes equipping 2 guns out of the numerous popular categories like assault rifles, SMGs, snipers, and shotguns. There's still passive perks, special abilities, and score streaks, and the game's core controls are exactly what the rest of the series has grown us accustomed to. The changes here aren't so much the removal or tweaking of these core mechanics, but the introduction of more things that you can do in-game, primarily through Advanced Warfare's big in-setting shtick, Exo Armor. Exo Armor gives players new movement options outside of the traditional walk, run, jump, and slide, adding the ability to double jump or perform immediate side and back dashes to try and quickly avoid danger. On top of this, the exosuit introduces additional activatable abilities, some of which are just temporary passive boosts like running faster or quickly healing. Others though actually change up your combat options, like being able to hover in the air for a short period of time or deploy a protective shield to block attacks while you find safe cover. The exosuit plays a large role in the game's campaign missions, which has a focus on the idea of the development of near-future military technologies and the influence that PMCs will eventually have on a global scale. All things that sound very much like there's a bit of influence from a certain Solid Metal series. Campaign missions alternate between different exosuit sets, offering a number of different bonuses, and there's even a very super simple upgrade system employed between missions, rewarding players for completing objectives and kill goals with points that can vastly improve your performance, like reload and aim speeds, defenses, and carrying capacity. The story so far is actually not too bad, but it definitely shows its colors as a Call of Duty game, with a big emphasis on explosions, ridiculous combat scenarios, and adrenaline junkie characters obsessed with how skilled of fighters they are. Now, aside from the campaign, the game does of course also offer its multiplayer mode, which is why most people out there consider buying this game in the first place. With this one offering a pretty solid array of different match types ranging from all kinds of traditional options such as free-for-all, capture the flag, and domination, with slightly more uncommon choices as well, such as infected. As is the series standard, you level up for completing matches, unlocking new guns and abilities with which to customize your loadouts. Advanced Warfare does make one noticeable change from Ghosts in that it's using Black Ops 2's model for having an overall limit of equipment and abilities, and giving players the freedom to allocate them as they see fit, being able to create builds that focus on less equipment but more passive abilities, or more fully upgraded singular guns at the expense of less variety, and etc, etc. Last up, the game does offer a third mode focused on co-op survival. This is of course a horde-style mode situation, facing you off against regular armed soldiers. The big emphasis this time around though isn't just on upgrading your guns, but also purchasing upgrades for or altering your exosuit as the match progresses, choosing different styles that offer various degrees of protection and mobility. Now, I've really only dabbled in each of these modes so far, so there's still a lot of ground for me to cover before I give you guys my final thoughts. The feeling I'm getting as of right now, though, is that if you've never been a fan of Call of Duty, then this one still probably won't change your mind. But if you're one of those fans out there that liked the series in the past, but found yourself slowly drifting away as things began to get more stagnant, this might just be enough of a change to reel you right back in. So I'll finish up the campaign and soak some more time into all the multiplayer modes to give you guys my final verdict on whether or not this one stands on its own as a proper brand brand new title. Now, for those of you that have been wondering, yes, behind me, this is the Call of Duty Advanced Warfare bundle for the Xbox One, which John unboxed earlier, and we've got a link posted down below for those of you that are interested in possibly winning it. Also linked below is a way for you guys to follow me on Twitter, as well as grab the game for yourselves if you're interested. If you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't yet. I'll be seeing you guys soon with more content, but until then, I'm Kevin Kenson, and I'll see you later.